Hello and welcome to your morning flow to release shoulder and neck tension. For this practice, if you have a bathrobe strap or a yoga belt, then you're welcome to use. You may also like to have a cushion nearby or a rolled up blanket to hand to support your head in some of the poses. If you don't have a sticky mat, then you're welcome to do this practice on a carpet or on the floor. If you do, then lay out the sticky mat with the short end facing your screen. Let's begin. We'll start this class in a kneeling or a seated position, whichever is more comfortable for you. Hold on to the bathrobe strap or the belt with your hands a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Now the chest and the inner shoulders get really tight when we're seated for long periods of time, particularly when we're stressed and working with the shoulders and chest closed onto a laptop. So begin by pulling your hands apart and making the strap nice and taut. Lift the chest nice and high, and as you breathe in, elevate your arms overhead. Keep pulling the strap taut. As you breathe out, bend your elbows and bring your hands down behind you towards the nape of your neck. And as you breathe in, lift both arms back up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, hands come down in front of you. Keep going with the rhythm of your breath. So as you breathe in, lift your arms as high as you comfortably can. As you breathe out, bend your elbows and bring the strap down. Inhale to lift your arms back up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring the strap forward and down. Let's take that 3 more times now. So big inhale breath. Lift your arms up nice and high. Exhale to bring the hands down towards the nape of your neck. As you breathe in, arms glide up. Exhale, bring the arms forward and down into your lap. And 2 more. Inhale, arms rise. Big exhale breath, bend your elbows, bring the strap down to the nape of your neck. Inhale, lift your arms high. Exhale, bring the strap forward and down. Good, last time, big inhale breath, really lift the arms up as if your arms lift from the sides of the waist. And then breathe out, bend your elbows, bring the strap down to the nape of your neck. Inhale, lift your arms up nice and high. And exhale, bring the strap forward and down. Let's add in a side bend there. So as you breathe in, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Keep the strap pulled nice and taut. Keeping your hips rooted down towards your heels, arch your body up and over towards the right side. And pull the left hand up away from your right hand to add in that active release of your left side chest. And then rooting down through the shin bones, lift your body back up through to center and relax. Lift your spine up nice and high as you breathe in, and then keeping the pelvis fixed, move your body slightly over towards the left. Pull your right hand up against the left hand or away from the left hand. Good, then ground down through the shins, lift your body back through to center, and bring the hands all the way down. You can chuck your strap away, you don't need that anymore. Bring the hands into your chest, interlace the fingers, push the base of the hands forward now. As you breathe in, lift your arms up again, just as high as you comfortably can without any pinching in the shoulders. As you breathe out, bring the hands down in front of your chest in prayer position. Interlace the fingers the other way, so fingers slot one rung along. Push the base of the hands forward and inhale. Lift your arms up nice and high towards the ceiling as you breathe in. This time as you breathe out, bring the elbows wide towards the sides, forming a kind of cactus shape with your arms, where you're pushing the forearms back and popping the chest forward. Good. Then bring your right elbow underneath your left. It might be that the backs of the hands touch, or it might be that you can wrap your arms until the palms touch. But either way, push your forearms forward towards the front. You might like to add in a little bit of a back bend, so as your forearms push forward, you lean back, and that should give you a nice stretch around the outside of the shoulders and the back of the arms. Then release your arms and bring your right elbow underneath your left, so just switching over the arm on top. Push the forearms forward to the front, and again, if you want to add in a little bit more, then you arch your chest away from your hands and lift the elbows forward and up. Good, and then release the arms out nice and wide. One more shoulder release practice before we get into some of the more traditional yoga poses. Come up to a standing position now and take your hand towards a wall or a flat surface. With your hand at the same height as the top of the shoulder, just begin to turn your chest away from the extended arm. You're likely to immediately feel a kind of tingling sensation around the inside of the arm into the chest. And you can modify that by raising or lowering the hands accordingly. until you just get a nice release, nothing too strong, through the inner arm into your chest. Good, let's switch up sides. You can loop your arm to release that, and then take your other hand towards the wall. Hand or wrist at the same height as shoulder, and then turn your inner chest away from the extended arm. As you keep pushing the hand firmly against the wall or the flat surface, we're looking for that consistent but moderate stretch through the inside of the arm into chest. Again, try raising the hand or lowering it to modify if needed. Good, and then release. Let's come to a child's pose now. So toes touch, knees as wide as feels good for you. And as you come down to a lying position, stretch your arms actively out in front of you and bring your head either all the way down to the ground or onto your cushion. Take 3 steady breaths here as you allow the back of the rib cage to be stretched out with the rhythm of your breath. And then make your way forward onto all fours. Spread the fingers wide underneath your shoulders and your chest. As you breathe in, lift your chest forward and up towards the ceiling. Open the front of your throat and lift your sitting bones. As you breathe out, round your spine, tuck your chin in towards your chest and press firmly into your hands. As you breathe in again, mobilize your upper back, move your chest forward, lift the throat. As you breathe out, press strongly into your hands, round your spine and scoop your belly up high. One more time, inhale, glide the chest forward and up, lift the throat, shoulders back. And as you breathe out, round your spine, hollow the belly and push firmly into your hands. Find a nice long neutral spine now, which is halfway between those two extremes. And then we'll add in a twist. So send your left hand forward and thread your right hand underneath your left armpit. Slide your right cheek either down to the floor or onto the cushion. And as you push into the outer blade of your right arm and shoulder on the ground, you should get a good release around the outside of the arm. Keep your bum above your knees, sticking up towards the ceiling, and let your chest sink as low as is comfortable for you. If this feels too strong, bend your left elbow and press firmly into your left hand to take some of the pressure off the lower hand. Again, nice slow breaths. And then unwind the body and come back onto all fours. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Good. So right hand stretches forward, left hand underneath your body until the outer blade of the left shoulder and arm is on the ground, palm faces up. You can allow the chest to lower towards the floor if that feels comfortable. You could place your left cheek on a cushion. And you can take some of the pressure out of the pose by sliding your right hand closer towards your left hand and pushing into the right hand. Just a couple more breaths there. Good, and then come all the way back through to center. Then stretch your arms forward towards the front. Now here, for some people this is a little too strong. You can try taking the hands out wider if you do feel pinching occurring in the shoulders or the neck. And then just sink your chest towards the ground, keeping your hips above your knees. Your bum is still sticking way up towards the ceiling, and you're sinking chest down just to a degree where you can begin to feel a really strong stretch around the upper spine, where we're very often extremely tight when we're sitting for long periods of time. And take 3 breaths into that. It might be that your forehead comes onto your cushion. It might be that your head hangs midair, that's all fine. Or some of you might begin to bring forehead or even chin down towards the floor. Don't force it, take it very gently. And then come forward onto all fours and slide your hands back under your shoulders. Let's come into downward facing dog now, an inverted V shape. Spread the fingers really wide, push the fingertips into the mat as well, so you're taking out pressure from the wrists. And slide your chest back towards your thighs. Your heels want to lower towards the ground. It doesn't matter if they don't touch all the way down. And because our focus today is releasing chest and shoulders, if it's needed to bend your knees so that you can press your chest back towards the thighs, then do that rather than straighten the legs and have your shoulders over your hands. And give your head a good shake, yes and no, so you're releasing again all of that neck and shoulder tension.
inhale and lift right leg up. You can lift up a little bit, or it can lift all the way up if you're feeling stronger. Then bring your right foot between your hands. You can hop your right hand up out of the way to help that transition. Bring the back left knee down towards the ground. And making sure your feet are wide so you're not on a tightrope, bring both arms up into low lunge position here. As you breathe in, arch your chest up nice and high towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, pull the elbows wide towards the sides, making that same cactus shape that we did at the beginning of the class. Breathe in, lift your arms up high towards the ceiling. And one more time, this time breathing out through the mouth with a ha sound as you pull the arms down. As you breathe in, lift both arms up high. Take your right hand inside your right foot, so same hand to foot. It might be that you want to use a brick or a couple of books underneath your hand to support you. And then pushing your right knee against your shoulder, the shoulder pushes back just to create a bit of stability in your body. And then maybe you can sneak your left arm up towards the ceiling again to open up your chest. Now it's a pretty wobbly pose, particularly if you're on carpet right now. So keep your right knee pushing into your shoulder and your shoulder pushes back to create that structure. And then release, bring the left hand back down. Well done. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Drop your left heel down towards the ground. And with both feet in the center line of the mat, keep a deep bend in your right knee and come up into Warrior Two position. Warrior Two pose, the right knee is bent above your ankle. You need to press actively into the back foot because we tend to be a little bit top heavy in this pose. And for today, let's turn the palms upwards so we're opening up chest and shoulders. Turn your gaze over your fingertips so your eyes are fixed on just one soft, unmoving thing. And then as you breathe in, straighten up your front leg, lift both arms up high towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, come back into Warrior Two. Good job. Bring both hands back down towards the ground. Frame the front foot. And step back, downward facing dog pose. Widen across your shoulders and your neck. Close your eyes. And just take 3 more breaths in your downward facing dog to push the weight back into the legs. Let your chest move towards the thighs. And again, if it's helpful to bend the knees in order to achieve that, then feel free to. So often when we are working for long periods of time in a seated position, or if we're just feeling a little bit overworked, anxious or tense, the neck becomes very hypervigilant. So relaxing the neck, creating a softness around the throat and the chin is a really helpful way of just tuning into the side of the nervous system that allows us to calm down and connect inwards and become more grounded and relaxed. Let's take the other side now. So as you inhale, lift your left leg up either a little bit or you could go a lot. And then sweep the left foot between the hands, lifting your left hand as you step it through to get the hand out of the way. As you breathe in, lift both arms up high towards the ceiling, opening up your chest. And as you breathe out, pull the elbows wide towards the sides, so you're moving into that cactus shape again. As you breathe in, lift both arms up really high. And as you breathe out, pull the elbows wide into the cactus shape. That's it, good. One more time, lift the arms up nice and high. And then pull the elbows wide towards the sides. Now bring your left hand inside your left foot. Again, if you want to place your hand on a couple of books or a brick, if you have one, then feel free to. This is a wobbly one, so immediately clamp your left knee against your shoulder and the shoulder pushes back. And imagine here that you've got a block at the top of your legs and you're squeezing your legs inwards towards the center. Then right hand to right rib cage, turn your ribs open towards the right side. And if you feel stable enough to, then begin to lift your right hand up to the ceiling. Now as you twist, you want to pull the chest forward and upwards. So you could almost imagine that you're back bending here just to really accentuate the twist and the upper shoulder release. And soften your neck, no tension in the throat. Good, and then bring both hands back down to the ground. You want both hands to be inside of your left foot now. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee away from the ground. This is lizard pose. You might want to take a few breaths there, just stretching and rocking rather forward and back. Good, and then come onto the fingertips. Wriggle both feet into the center line of the mat and drop your back heel down, bending your left knee, and then spin the arms all the way up and back into your warrior two pose, where your arms are parallel towards the ground. And good, now turn the palms to face upwards. Pour the weight into your back foot so you're not too front body heavy. And then inhale, straighten up your front leg, lift your arms high towards the ceiling as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend into your left knee, come into warrior two. One more time, big inhale breath, reach up really high, pushing into the feet. And as you breathe out, come back into your warrior two. Then couple both hands down towards the ground and simply step back, downward facing dog pose. From downward facing dog, come forward into high plank. So in plank position, the body is parallel with the ground. It's a kind of top of the press up position. Strong on the core and the shoulder muscles. Pull your chest forward towards the front, drop your knees down towards the ground, untuck your toes, and then come all the way down onto your belly. This next pose is called cobra pose. So thighs stay pushing down, front of feet stay pushing down. Elbows tuck into the sides of the ribs. And as you breathe in, lift your chest up away from the ground as much as feels good. Don't overdo this one. Shoulders roll back. And you want to create the sensation that your chest is widening, almost like we call it the Superman effect, where you're pulling the chest out really wide. Good, and then slowly release and bring the body back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So as you breathe in, push into your thighs, push into your hands, and slowly slink your spine up into cobra pose. As you breathe out, release, come all the way back down. Last time, push your hands down into the ground, root through the thighs, widen your chest, and then slowly come back down to the ground. Now we've got a chest release pose here that can be quite strong, so please feel free to modify if it feels too much for you. But stretch your left arm out towards the left side with your body still flat on the ground. Then bend your elbow, so you're sliding your fingertips forward towards the front of the room or towards your screen. You may want a cushion underneath your left cheek, but otherwise left cheek down to the floor. Roll onto the outside of your left hip and just kind of roll over, so you're beginning to feel a stretch around the inside of the chest and the arm. It might be that you can then bend your right knee and place the foot on the floor behind you. Maybe even left foot comes into the inside of your right foot. Just take 3 steady breaths there, where you're opening up quite strongly around the inside of the chest and the shoulder. This shouldn't feel like a painful or a pinching sensation. If it does, come out of the pose. And then slowly come back through to center. And let's do that same pose on the other side. So you stay lying on your belly, stretch your right arm out towards the right side. I'll demonstrate this from an upright position in case you didn't catch on the other side. So right arm stretches out towards the right side. Imagine I'm lying on the ground here, and this inner arm is flat on the floor. Bend your elbow so your fingertips point forward towards the screen. Lift the elbow a tiny bit higher than the shoulder. And then taking the right cheek towards the ground, roll onto the outside of your right hip. So you're loading up that kind of inner chest, inner shoulder line in order to release tension that is so commonly held very strongly around the inside of the chest whenever we're sedentary or working for the majority of the day. If you're in agony, you're not alone, but just make sure that you're not feeling strong pain or sensation around the elbow or the shoulder joint. If you are, just come straight out. Now, so take 3 more deep breaths. The deeper you breathe, the more we're going to release any tension and stress around the chest and the shoulders. Relax your neck, slight double chin. Good, and then come back through to center. Good job. Just make your way back to a child's pose again. So toes together, knees wide to the sides, but this time bring your hands behind you towards your feet and flop the head and the shoulders down to the ground. Listen to the rhythm and the sound of your breathing here. And then come forward onto all fours, cross over your ankles, and then come onto your bum. Untangle the legs, and place the legs in a cross-legged position out in front of you. Arms move wide to the sides. And then bring both hands behind you so you're holding opposite elbows. And pull the shoulder blades down, lift the chest up.
And then release the arms out wide to the sides. Other side, opposite forearm on top. Pull the shoulder blades down, lift the chest up. And then arms nice and wide to the sides. And then hands down, untangle the legs. Come all the way down to a lying position on your back. With your knees bent and your pelvis on the ground, slide your hips an inch towards the right side. Lengthen your left leg into the center of the mat. And then bring your right knee over to the left. Stretch your right arm towards the right side and look towards your right hand as you come into this supine or lying twist pose. Now our priority here is getting the right shoulder blade down onto the floor. So if it means that your knee bobs up, that's fine. If you want to support that, then bend both of your knees and maybe place your cushion between your thighs so you can really prioritize that opening across your chest and your shoulders. Some of you will feel a nice stretch here in your lower back and maybe even the outside of your right hip here. Wherever you're feeling it, just tune into the rhythm of your breathing. Let's take these precious few moments of calm and connection at the beginning of your day. And then come back through to center and let's take the other side. So feet underneath your sitting bones, arms alongside you. Slide your pelvis 2 inches towards the left. Lengthen your right leg into the center. Bring your left knee over towards the right side and stretch your left arm out towards the left. Again, prioritize your shoulder coming flat towards the ground. If you want to bend both of your knees and stack your knees together with maybe a cushion between the legs, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, enjoy the bliss of just melting down to the ground, taking these precious few moments of stillness before the day begins. Just to be present, don't let the mind jump ahead. Just be here with your body and the stretch and the breathing. Good, and then come back through to center and come into final relaxation pose. Arms alongside you, your body is like a small star shape. If you've got lower back pain at the moment, you may prefer to keep the knees bent. Slightly lengthen the back of your head behind you, so again, you've got that soft double chin. You're welcome to take as long as you can here this morning in this resting pose. But otherwise, to close the practice, we'll just take 4 more slow breaths together. And when you're ready to leave, then bring your knees in towards your chest, gently roll side to side, and then roll over to one side of your mat or the room and come all the way up through to sit. You could be kneeling or seated. Let's close the practice by lifting your arms up super high. And as we began, interlace the fingers and push the hands up. As you breathe out, bring the hands into prayer position into the forehead. As you push your thumbs into the center of the eyebrows, just steady your mind, ready for a positive, calm and grounded day. Hands into your chest. Namaste.